Welcome to the Sports Watchdog radio show, hosted by Mason Kern. He keeps his nose to the ground to report on what's trending in professional and college sports, to inform, enlighten, and entertain. And now it's
the Sports Watchdog.
The Sports Watchdog, Mason Kern.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Sports Watchdog radio show on NBC Sports Radio AM 1060 Phoenix. I'm Mason Kern here with you every Sunday from 7:30 to 8 a.m. And I'm obviously certainly glad you decided to join me this morning. And as always, I do have some great stuff in my kennel. Today we'll be hearing from Cornelius Elder, the current Carolina Panthers cornerback, as well as Kristen Edmonds, the current professional soccer player for the Orlando Pride. I'll also be covering some sports hot topics, and for you basketball-specific fans, interesting happenings on the hardwood. So we'll throw it on over to Sports Hot Topics, and we'll continue with our coverage of the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Now, last week, we saw the reigning 2014 World Cup champions Germany bow out of the tournament this year before the group stage even ended. That's right, you heard me correctly. Germany is out of the World Cup. They're one of 3 teams in the last 3 World Cups who won the previous 4 years ago to be eliminated. That's right, the last 3 reigning world champions have been eliminated in the group stage of the World Cup. So it could be a curse. Honestly, it could be a World Cup curse. If you win, then the next 4 years, the next World Cup, you're going to be eliminated. So we'll throw it on back. Well, first off, we'll start with Germany's World Cup campaign and how it came to an end. They played Mexico in their very first game, and they lost 1-0. Mexico became the first CONCACAF team to beat Germany in international play. That's right, Mexico, Chucky Lozano became Mexico's hero. Mexico wins 1-0 in Game 1. Germany falls. So they really need to find a win in Game 2. They're taking on Sweden, and they barely are able to pull it out. Sweden takes a 1-0 lead, but Germany is able to come back and wins 2-1. Toni Kroos hits a beautiful free kick, game winner, basically in the 94th minute or so, and that gives Germany some hope to hopefully advance out of the group stage. All they have to do is find a win against South Korea, and they can't do it. South Korea comes up with a victory, 2-0, and Germany bows out of the tournament for the first time in the group stage ever. Germany has never once been eliminated in the World Cup before the group stage ended. Well, 2018 in Russia was this year, and it was the year that Germany got eliminated. So we'll throw it on back to some of the other teams who had won in the previous World Cup and then been eliminated in their next one. We'll start with Italy in 2010. They won the tournament in 2006. They come into 2010 led by some very star-studded talent with Azzurri and Gianluigi Buffon and Marcello Lippi. But, guys, Italy did not perform the way that they should have, and they tied 1-1 against Paraguay in their very first game. So that was already not a great start. Gianluigi Buffon gets injured. And then they tie again in their next game 1-1 against New Zealand, who at the time was not very star-studded at all. And then they lost their last game 3-2 against Slovakia. So a very disappointing campaign for the Italians in 2010. They're eliminated in the group stage. We throw it to Spain in 2014, as Spain would go on to win the 2010 World Cup. They come into 2014 loaded with talent. You have David Silva, Sergio Busquets, Diego Costa, Andres Iniesta, Xabi Alonso. I mean, so many star-studded players, and they come into 2014, and they just do not perform either. So they get off to their worst start probably in their team history, losing 5-1 to the Netherlands. And then things got even worse. They lost 2-0 to Chile in their next match. So at that time, even with a win in their next match, they're already eliminated. They beat Australia 3-0 in a consolation match, but Spain eliminated in 2014, and now Germany in 2018. Germany goes on to win that 2014 World Cup, and then they come into this 2018 campaign and get eliminated in the group stage. So I think it's a curse. I'm not sure. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this year's World Cup and if you think this curse is going to continue into 2022. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on social media at A Sports Watchdog on Twitter and at The Sports Watchdog on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as well. We'll be right back after this short break.
If you're ready for a boast-worthy staycation, the AAA Four Diamond Hermosa Inn, located in Scottsdale's Paradise Valley, is for you. This luxury hotel offers authentic Arizona character and charm. Its 43 newly renovated casitas are nestled in a garden setting with breathtaking views of the lush desert and Camelback Mountain. Most accommodations include deep soaking tubs, beehive fireplaces, and private patios. Other property features include a lively bar and communal seating areas, on-site painting classes, free-use beach cruisers, seasonal poolside yoga, hot tub facilities, a business suite, and dining to die for. The Hermosa Inn is an ideal locale for small group getaways, from weddings, intimate family vacations, and bachelorette weekends, even golf outings, board meetings, and executive retreats. And its award-winning on-site restaurant, Lawns, is renowned for globally inspired Arizona fare, complemented by a subterranean wine cellar. You can see amazing photos of this and much more at hermosainn.com. That's hermosainn.com.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show on NBC Sports Radio AM 1060 Phoenix. I'm your host, Mason Kern, and joining us now is Cornelius "Corn" Elder, a cornerback for the Carolina Panthers. Coming out of high school, Corn was a two-sport star and was a back-to-back Mr. Football Player of the Year winner in his home state of Tennessee. He would attend the University of Miami, where he would inevitably focus solely on football. Corn was drafted 152nd overall in the 5th round of the 2017 NFL Draft by the Panthers. However, his rookie campaign would be cut short in September when he was placed on injury reserve due to a knee injury. So Corn is here to share what's in store for his second season on the Panthers, coming back from injury, and some other surprises that you'll just have to wait to hear. Hey, Corn, welcome to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show. So glad you could join us. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much again, like I said. So, like I said before, you were injured in your rookie campaign this past year. So, what should fans expect out of you this season on the comeback trail?
You know, I'm just trying to show everybody why the Panthers drafted me last year. Show them what I was able to do in college, and just try to be great.
Yeah, the goal, I guess, of every football player want to be great. And, obviously an injury is never good news to hear, especially in your rookie campaign after just getting drafted and then working so hard to get to that elite stage, and then you get injured. So how are you kind of able to deal with that, both physically with the injury and then mentally as well, knowing, man, I have to come back from this now?
Yeah, it's definitely a humbling experience. I kind of took it as a blessing in disguise, though. I got to sit there and watch the game. I kind of looked at it like a redshirt year. So I got to be around the team, be around the coaches and everything, learn the defense a little more. And, the biggest thing was just staying in shape, continue rehabbing my knee, continue getting stronger and everything. So I feel like that year off definitely helped me just by learning the defense and everything, getting stronger. So hopefully it'll all pay off.
Yeah, in the long run, I guess, like you say, a blessing in disguise because you were able to learn kind of from a different perspective off the field versus kind of learning as you go on it. I guess a blessing in disguise for sure. And now, are there any kind of veterans in the league or on your team even who kind of helped guide you on your career journey thus far? Because you didn't get a chance to play that much in your rookie campaign. Is there anyone who kind of helped you off the field and saying, hey, this is how it needs to be done in the rest of your career?
Yeah, we have a lot of veterans on our team on the defensive side. And, the one who I really talk to the most is Captain Munderland. We play the same position and everything. So, I talk to him a lot. I'm always with him a lot, learning from him. He's been in the league just going on his 10th year. So, he gives me great advice.
it's always good to, I guess, have that support system and someone you can always talk to and help kind of learn from, especially someone who's been in the league as long as him. So that's definitely great to hear. And now, Corn, some athletes do and some don't for sure, but do you have any workout or food rituals that you kind of do during the season and before games?
Food ritual, I mean, kind of not really. Just before the games, I definitely like to get my either a fruit, either an apple or some grapes or something like that. Workout ritual before the game, just to get a good stretch in. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I know some people have those pretty crazy ones. That's definitely a little more mainstream. It's all good. That's still nice before the games, of course. And athletes now, at least in today's world, across all sports, not just football, are showing a much higher interest, at least in fashion and in that industry. So why do you think that this plays such a big role on and really off the field these days as well?
Yeah, I mean, you like to show people, your personality. You can tell a lot about guys' personality by the way they dress and everything. And being a football player, you're always in a helmet, shoulder pads, and all that gear. So a lot of people don't get to see, your true self or what type of style you have and everything. So I think a lot of the guys, they try to show their style before and after the games and everything. So I definitely think that's why fashion is much more important now.
And you mentioned style, and that's definitely kind of across different teams and players, and so that's definitely different in everyone's eyes. So can you define style in your own words and in your own perspective?
I would say style, just basically like what type of clothes you wear. You have how you have guys who are very colorful. That's a style. Like to wear a lot of different types of shoes and everything. Or you just have guys who are more plain. They wear maybe all black a lot. So I think of different styles is, just like the colors you choose to wear, the type of pants. You have guys who rather wear pants, guys who rather wear shorts, things like that.
And there's definitely a lot of different styles across all sports going on right now. So it kind of brings into the question, NBA or NFL? Because the NBA, they just had their awards, and Russell Westbrook, who's definitely probably more colorful in terms of style, won the most style award, I guess you could call it. And you see LeBron and Draymond Green and Trae Young all featuring the summer suit, which is the suit with the shorts on. So in your opinion, I mean, you might be a little biased playing in the NFL, but NBA or NFL, who has the best style, and which player or athlete do you think rocks the best style?
I'm definitely going to go with the NFL. Yeah, definitely the NFL. Which player? There's a lot of guys in the NFL that has, unique styles. I'll take Cam Newton since he's my teammate. He definitely has his own style. He has hundreds of different hats and everything. So I'll go with him.
Yeah, definitely very stylish quarterback and person, definitely. And now, like I mentioned before, the summer suit with those NBA guys that I mentioned, are you a fan of that look, or is that not something that you personally would go for?
Yeah, that's not something I would personally go for. It looks kind of weird to me just to have a suit jacket with shorts, but I guess it fits them pretty well.
Yeah, I guess style is definitely changing, and people's definition of style is definitely changing for sure. Now, back over to your kind of NFL career and the track that you want it to go on, looking towards the future, Corn. Where do you see your career in 5 years? What goals do you want to achieve in the NFL, and what do you want the players in the NFL to know about where you're going?
5 years, I could see myself being one of the top corners in the game. Definitely an all-pro corner, Pro Bowl corner, and just steady improving. My goal is just to get better every day and each year, and I think if I continue to do that, then all the goals that I set out for myself, I will be able to achieve.
Well, we'll definitely be looking forward to the progression of your career, Corn, and keeping up with everything you're doing. Thank you so much for your time. Where can our listeners go to connect with you?
You can follow me on Instagram, respect_yo_elder. You can follow me on Twitter, EricCorn23, and those two things.
Well, there you go, guys. Make sure to connect with him on those platforms. Corn, good luck with the upcoming season, and your road to recovery is sure to hopefully pay off in the future. All right, everyone. The Sports Watchdog Radio Show on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060. Will be right back after this.
Want to take your decor to another level? Consider Jellyfish Art, a leading supplier of live jellyfish and their specialized ornamental aquariums and products. This includes Jellyfish Cylinder Nano, an all-inclusive kit with 3 sustainably aquacultured live moon jellyfish and everything needed to start. Also great as a gift, they're an exciting light and life source enhancing any space, living rooms, bedrooms, offices, or anywhere. Learn more at jellyfishart.com.
Hey there, everybody. You're listening to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060. I'm your host, Mason Kern, and joining us now is Kristen Edmonds, a professional soccer player for the Orlando Pride of the National Women's Soccer League. Kristen graduated from Rutgers University as a 4-year player. In her freshman campaign, she became the first freshman to lead the Scarlet Knights in scoring since Carly Lloyd, and it was named to the Soccer Buzz All-Region Freshman First Team. She began her professional career in 2011 and suffered a nearly career-ending injury that we'll get into in a minute. And she would play on 3 clubs prior to her breakout campaign on the Pride in 2016, where she led the team with 6 goals and earned the Golden Boot Award. Her 2016 campaign saw the world take notice, and she earned her first call-up to the U.S. women's national team in October of that year. The following season, she was again called up to the national team's annual January camp. So Kristen is here to share some insights into her amazing professional career thus far and fighting back from a setback that could have ended it all. Hey, Kristen, welcome to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show. So glad you could be here today.
Hi, Mason. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, thank you again so much. So like I said before, you were injured pretty seriously in the beginning of your professional career. So can you tell us a bit about what happened?
Yeah, so I started my professional career over in Iceland, actually. And about halfway through my season there, I was playing in a game, and I went to go kind of block a ball from getting cleared out. And as the ball hit my left foot, it hit me from the outside, and it just hit me so hard that as I landed directly on top of my ankle. So it didn't really come back out straight, so it stayed rolled in. And as soon as I landed, I was like, something happened. This is bad. I don't know what I did, but the pain is outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. Ankles are not something you really want to injure, especially in soccer when, I mean, all you're really using is your feet. So how did you kind of recover from that devastating injury? Obviously, I mean, the road to recovery in any type of injury is pretty severe, but physically and mentally, I mean, how are you able to kind of bounce back from that?
Yeah, well, I mean, ankles are a bit difficult because even just a sprain, it could take anywhere from like 4 to 10 weeks, just a minor sprain. So basically, overseas, I was working with the trainers there, and they told me, oh, it's just a sprain, like, let's start your rehab, and we'll get you back out there. And the rehab wasn't really progressing as it should have, and I just didn't feel any stability in my ankle while I was trying to get back. So what I did was I tried to just kind of step on the field slowly, and I wasn't myself. I could run straight perfectly fine, but anytime I had to plant or cut, change direction, anything like that, I just felt like my ankle wasn't coming with the rest of my body. And it was extremely painful to the point where when I would wake up in the morning, I couldn't even walk. Like, I would crawl to, like, go get breakfast or something like that until I could deal with a little bit of the pain. So that kind of set me back a little bit further. So what I did when I went home was I got an MRI with my doctors in New Jersey. And basically he told me I tore every major ligament in my ankle and I needed reconstruction surgery. And at that point, to me, that sounded like, okay, your career is definitely on the line, possibly over. That was like my immediate thought. And then my second thought was, not a chance. I'm definitely coming back from this. So then I got to start my proper rehab process right after my surgery.
I mean, for you to, at least tell yourself that and that level of motivation and commitment, definitely commendable. Like I said, injuries are a scary prospect, especially one as serious as yours seem to be. So, definitely really cool. And then you did bounce back after that. You went to Russia, as I understand. You played a season in the Russian Premier League and participated in the 2012 and 13 UEFA Women's Champions League. So what was it like playing in a tournament as kind of grand as that?
Yeah, just coming off of my injury from all the rehab that I was doing, and I actually wound up missing a transfer window to play overseas. So it made it a little bit difficult for me to find teams and things like that. So working at Planet Fitness and kind of making that my family and having the opportunity to get better and get stronger and healthy while I work there and work out there as well. Getting to play in the Champions League just made it that much sweeter because it's such a big stage to play on. So for me, confidence-wise and just getting back out on the field, it was fantastic for me.
I'm sure, and you say the community, at least in your whole rehab process, definitely nice to have that kind of support around you for sure. And obviously playing on a big stage such as the Champions League, it's not the only big stage you played on. Like I said, you got called up to the national team. So how has it been and traveling the world through this game? Iceland, Russia, back in the States now with the Orlando Pride, and then traveling with the national team. How much of a journey has this been for you?
Honestly, it's a dream come true for me. As a little girl, I always told people growing up, I want to be a professional soccer player, and they would kind of just smile and nod. And,
of course.
They're like, yeah, sure, keep dreaming, dream big. And I'm like, no, but really. So to get called up to the national team is the highest, peak that I could get to. And to be able to just put that crest on and be able to train with the girls that represent our country in World Cups and Olympics and that I play with in the league I play in now, it's an honor and just an unbelievable achievement for me to have been a part of.
Definitely, it's kind of the pinnacle, like you say, of women's soccer, the national team, and they've had so much success. Now, obviously, I want to get into the World Cup, the Men's World Cup in a second, but first off, you say you've been playing with some of these girls in the league you play in now with the Orlando Pride. So how have you liked Orlando, and how has your experience been with the Pride thus far?
I absolutely love Orlando. Coming down here from the Western New York Flash, for me, it was kind of a fresh start because it was a new team. The league was still somewhat pretty young. It's still young now, but when Orlando came in, it was only a few years old at the time. And being able to come into a new club altogether was perfect for me because I wanted to re-fall in love with the game, and that's exactly what I've been doing down here. I love the city. I love the fans. I love the club that I play for. It helps that we're doing really well.
Of course.
And I love playing with my teammates, and like you said, I get to play with some of the best soccer players in the world on this team, so it pushes me to get better every day, and I just love being here.
That's great to hear, and like you said, you guys have had a lot of success early on in this new season. So what are your kind of goals for the rest of the season? Where do you see this team ending up?
Yeah, obviously the ultimate goal is to, win the championship. Mm-hmm. But, we're in a good spot right now. We're in a playoff spot, so that's definitely a positive. But for us, I think we're still getting to our peak in our season, which is great because obviously you don't want to peak now and then kind of go downhill. So I think we still have a lot of soccer to show people, and I'm just excited for what's ahead of us. And I think that come the end of the season, we have a really, really good opportunity to be on top and kind of finish off this season the way that we all hope to.
And I think it's pretty easy to re-fall in love with the game, like you said, when you guys are playing so well for sure.
Yeah.
But like I said before, I want to get in a little bit in the little bit of time we have left into the World Cup a little bit as it is going on right now. I don't know if you've been following it too heavily, but do you have any predictions for who you think is going to win this year's World Cup?
Honestly, I kind of want France to win it,
okay.
But the World Cup is already crazy and it's only group stages. Germany being knocked out, who would have thought?
I know.
So I would love to see France do really well, but honestly, if a dark horse kind of comes in and grabs the World Cup title, I'd love to see that as well. So just to kind of just see good soccer and see the top level playing in this amazing tournament that the whole world watches, I'm just excited to be able to, watch it and follow it.
Definitely. I think we all are in the same boat as you. Definitely really crazy so far. Well, Kristen, thank you so much for your time. Where can our listeners go to kind of connect with you?
I have an Instagram. It's Chris, the number 10, and then my last name, which is Edmonds, so Chris 10 Edmonds. And I have a Twitter as well. So same handle. So it's easy to connect with me on one of those.
Well, there you go, guys. Make sure to go contact her and connect with her there. Thank you so much again, Kristen, for your time, and good luck with the rest of the season. All right, everyone. The Sports Watchdog Radio Show on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060. We'll be right back after this short break.
Are you a girl who lives for travel? Are you a lady who loves adventure and fabulous vacations? Then check out thesuitcaselifestore.com, where you'll find all kinds of chic travel accessories plus fashion, tech, kitchenware, office gear, and more, showcasing your joy for journeying. From travel bags and tags to fashion to mugs, mouse pads, and much in between, thesuitcaselifestore.com has you covered in fabulous form. Thesuitcaselifestore.com for gals who travel, explore, shop, eat, and repeat.
You ready to hoop it up?
This is Happenings on the Hardwood.
All right, everyone. As always, the end of the Sports Watchdog Radio Show here on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060 Phoenix. We're going to pivot on over to the hardwood as we are now into free agency. It started. The deadline is now. LeBron watch is full effect now, guys. It's pretty crazy. I mean, you have all the rumors with the Los Angeles Lakers and with all these teams and players thinking that maybe Kawhi Leonard, maybe Paul George, maybe LeBron James, a new big three forming in Los Angeles. I mean, not to be biased or anything, the Lakers are my favorite team, so these rumors are definitely a pretty hectic time in my life. But, I mean, there's so many other players that are really kind of going under the radar who I think can really help out a lot of teams. And in terms of the star-studded nature of this offseason, Magic Johnson said last week that he would step down on his own accord if the Lakers don't sign a star and get back into, at least relevancy, not this summer, but next summer. And if in these two upcoming off seasons, if the Lakers don't do anything really productive, then Magic Johnson says he'll step down, which I don't know if he was just talking to the media, hyping up the off season. I don't really know the details, but it's pretty insane for him to come out and say something like that with so much looming this offseason. Paul George has opted out of his contract with the Thunder. San Antonio Spurs star Kawhi Leonard is definitely disgruntled, and I guess San Antonio is hearing out offers now between multiple teams, not just the Lakers. Obviously, they're trying to get the most out of the deal. But Kawhi, there's been rumors said that if Kawhi goes to the Lakers and if the Lakers can clinch that deal, then maybe LeBron will kind of commit and go to the Lakers as well. So definitely a lot going on in basketball at this point in time. I don't know if any of these moves will really do anything to stop the Warriors. I mean, I heard Stephen A. Smith say last week that LeBron James reached out to Kevin Durant to see what his mind was at and if he'd possibly want to opt out and join forces. But that is kind of ludicrous, especially with all the success that Kevin Durant has had there. Obviously, people called him a snake after leaving the Thunder. But, I mean, people are just dedicated to their teams. I'm obviously dedicated to mine. A lot going on in the world of basketball right now. This offseason definitely one for the record books. Going to be very hectic. I will keep you guys updated on all the free agency moves. Just be sure to tune in to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show Sundays from 7:30 to 8 a.m. And I'll keep you guys all updated. But let me know what you guys think, where you think they're going to head. All of those big name free agents and who your guys' favorite teams are on social media. Let me know.
Know a child needing to get and stay on a healthy track? The award-winning fictional children's storybook, Kids Making Healthy Choices, a story to inspire fit, weight-wise kids can help. In this first-of-its-kind book, important health themes are served up in an easy-to-read style intended to help motivate overweight kids to smart lifestyle choices. This empowering and educational book is available in both a boys and girls edition. Find it at Amazon.com.
Well, that's a wrap, everyone. Anybody wanting to connect with me, the Sports Watchdog, on Twitter can do so at @sportswatchdog, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as well at the Sports Watchdog. So until next time, keep your eye on the ball.
The Sports Watchdog.
The Sports Watchdog Ace and Kern.